Live. Whew, shoo. Only 3 minutes late.
I thought it was going to be later than that.
We did it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is, what day is it?
Wednesday.
Of course it is, because you're here.
Uh-huh.
It is Wednesday. It's a hot Wednesday.
Hot.
I think the whole country is hot. It was super hot in England, too.
Was it?
With no air conditioning.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's just gross.
It wasn't fun. But anyway, welcome. Glad to be back. Glad to have you all here with us today. We are super excited because Lori Holt has just come out with a brand new placemat series, and you know how much we love our placemats.
And Lori Holt.
I love Lori Holt stuff. And you know what? I really love the way her patterns are written. Mm-hmm. Very, very well written patterns. So anyway, she came out with a whole new fabric line, brand new fabric line called Baked with Love. And you would have thought it had like cooking or something like that. It has nothing to do with cooking or kitchen stuff, or I'm not really sure how she came up with that name. I'd be interested to know. But there is a set of 8 placemats. We have shown these to you on Comment Sold. And we are going to do placemat number 1 today, which is this really pretty sunflower. I think we should gift this to Christine. What do you think?
I agree.
Yep.
It's perfect.
A late birthday gift for her, right?
Right.
Okay, so we are going to work our way through this placemat. It does have a lot of cutting and a lot of stitching. I have done a little bit of the stitching ahead of time, but I think we'll get it all done today.
Okay. And rickrack.
And
yeah.
rickrack.
Fun things.
Did you get me my batting? Do you remember we talked about the batting earlier?
Oh, we sure did, and I sure did not.
So at some point, I will probably put the camera on the tripod.
Okay.
And maybe we could do that.
The Cali Bell double-sided.
We need it this big.
I got the other stuff done. But it's been kind
I just
of busy.
looked over there and I was like,
Yeah, no, I did not.
Yeah. So I am going to try and get everything done today. We are going to try and get the quilting done, the binding done, the whole thing.
Okay, so we need to stop talking.
And so
put on our sewing faces.
Okay. Well, before I do that, I feel like I should be talking about classes.
Yeah.
So tomorrow,
I'm teasing.
Tomorrow I have my cubicle class, which is the Cubicle Collective. It's a set of 3. We're going to be making one size in class. That is a Zoom class tomorrow. So that invitation will go out sometime this afternoon. And the only pre-class work you need to do is to have your pieces cut out. But as far as by Annie standards, it's a super easy project and not a whole lot of cutting. So very easy. So that is tomorrow morning.
Says the lady who makes bags all the time.
No, this one really is. If
Okay.
you've never done a by Annie project before, this one is ideal. In fact, let me see if I can. Dylan, can you bring those green little boxes over to me, please?
On the table, yeah.
I will show those to you.
Yeah.
And it actually has kind of a unique, she came out with some new snaps that are called a tool-free snap.
Oh, tool free. Well,
Yeah.
that's nice.
And so what happens is this opens, the zipper goes all the way around so that it will open up flat. And then these 2 snap things right here snap together and it helps to hold it open.
Wow, that's
Isn't that
cool.
cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're going to a class, you could put your clips in there, and then when you get to the class, you can unzip it and have it by the side of your machine.
Wow, that's pretty.
Yeah.
You can tell she is a sewer and a quilter.
Yes.
Because people that don't think of those things.
Now, I haven't put them on all the sizes, but this is another one, and they are a double zip. And I made one of these this morning before I came to work, and it took me an hour and a half.
Nice.
So we'll see how long the class lasts tomorrow.
Okay.
But the pattern comes in 3 sizes, and in the pattern you get the rectangle one, and then you also get a square
Nice.
one. And then in addition to that, on the pattern, the bits and pieces that you cut out of here that are already pre-quilted then make a bonus project.
Wow.
So
That's pretty
fun.
sweet. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I'm gonna put these up here.
Okay, so dumb question. When you say it makes rectangles and squares, are these the rectangles?
Those are the rectangles.
Okay, and then there's a whole nother set of just squares.
Correct.
Okay, because this looks like a square when you open it up, so I was a little
Yeah,
confused.
no, that is the rectangle set. So the rectangle is small, medium, and large, and then the square ones are small, medium, and large. And then
the
from
bonus.
the cutoffs from each of those make 2 different other projects.
Nice. Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So that is tomorrow's class. Next Thursday at our Littleton store, we do have a special VIP visitor from Japan. He's actually here for Baby Lock Convention, which is this coming weekend. And he is going to be doing a visit in our store next Thursday at our Littleton store. We are requesting that you sign up. He is the CEO of the Japanese factory where the Baby Lock surges come out from.
Well, that's cool. That's going to be a good class.
It is. And then we're also going to do a make and take project down at the Littleton store. And that is next Thursday. And then next weekend, Friday and Saturday, Christine and Amanda have the Kimberbell Stitching Hour event.
Excellent.
So that is our next 10 days.
Wow, that's really busy.
Yeah, I feel like there was something else in there, but I may be missing it.
Quick thing here, Amy. What is this called?
Cubicle Collective.
Cubicle Collective is a Zoom class, so there will be a recording. And Kate did say if you've never done a Biani class, this one would be a good one to do.
It would be.
So it's not too late to sign up. You can do it online, or you can call one of the stores and you can sign up.
So the class fee is $15. The pattern is $14.95. So you do need the pattern.
So they have to order the pattern, but you can watch the class.
Correct.
And then go back and make it with the
Absolutely,
video.
yeah.
Okay.
And we have sold out on those kits. So
Okay.
okay, let's get going.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Put on your sewing face. We got things to do.
Yes, we do. Okay, so this is in her quilt seed series. So that just basically means that they are individual patterns that come. It's a little booklet that comes inside this that kind of looks like a quilt seed, like a seed package, right?
Yeah, it does.
It gives you the fabric requirements on the back side. The price is $9 for the pattern. And I don't have all of the patterns here. But this one is number 1. 2, 3, and 4 I have stitched out, so we can go take a peek at those. This is number 5. And number 6. And number 7. And I don't have number 8. We're out of that pattern at the moment. So these are up on the website with a 20% discount if anybody's interested. As I am stitching, I am going to talk about the fabric kit and what I have done that is a little bit different to the instructions. Okay? But we do have a fabric kit for each one of those patterns.
Okay.
Okay. So the number 1 thing you will want to get out your ABC clips. So your alpha clips.
Alpha clips, alpha clippies,
Yep.
whatever you
And
happen
mine
to
are
have.
kind of all jumbled up here. So let's see if we can get these organized.
Hey Dylan, can you pull down that quilt? The big one. So we can look at the placemat.
Okay, so when you get into the pattern, it has all of the cutting instructions, and it tells you which fabric that you need. It tells you what you need to cut, and this is going to be labeled A. And then I am just going to put my A clip on those pieces.
Okay.
And then you're going to go through. So this green fabric actually has 2 different cuts in it. So the B one is just a 4.5-inch square but also out of the same fabric is a different cut, and this is going to be your C-clip. Okay, so it's not like each fabric is a different letter. Sometimes you might have 2, 3, or 4 cuts out of the same fabric, and that means it will have a different letter.
Okay.
Okay, so once everything is cut, see, we're already on page 3.
Sweet.
Okay, once everything is cut, it starts with the piecing instructions, and it tells you what you need to gather in order to do that. So in order to do that, I need my I fabric, I need my E fabric, and I need my H fabric. So these are the first fabrics that I need for the first part.
Okay.
And you know what? I found scissors earlier and I didn't put them back.
That's how we roll around here, man. We're always looking for scissors.
Okay, so if you do not have a laser on your sewing machine, you might want to invest in one. Or
Make it a lot easier.
Or you will need to mark the diagonal line on every one of your H and your E squares.
Okay. Corner to corner diagonal.
Corner to corner. I'm going to turn my laser on and have my laser do the work for me.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my I squares and I am going to stitch a H square on one corner,
Okay.
and I'm going to stitch corner to corner.
Okay. You have your iron on?
I did have the iron on. Now you are going to make 16 of these. We're only making 4 today. So that's 2. Three. And 4. Okay, so you're going to make 16 of these. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite corner.
Okay.
I'm not doing it on the corner next to it, it's the opposite corner.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Lots of people joining us. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Kate is sewing the Lori Holt Quilt Seeds placemat pattern. The pattern makes the placemat. She's also got kits to make the placemats, and she'll talk about that more in a little bit. But it's Quilt Seeds by Lori Holt, and there's a total of 8 different placemats. We're making number 1. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. I love the sunflowers. Appropriate for this time of year.
Oh, yes. Okay,
They're about the only thing that can, live
survive.
in this 100 degrees.
Okay, then I'm going to cut off my corners.
My husband's redoing our front yard into a zero water, however you say that. And he's like, do you want to come out and help me? And I'm like, no, I do not. I will bring you water and snacks.
Thanks for asking.
I'll make dinner, but you knock yourself out.
Okay, now I'm going to press these to the corners.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Do you want to do a manager special while I'm doing that?
Yeah. Linda, I don't have a ruler class on the schedule yet. I'm still working on that one. Okay, so our first manager special is Kimberbell embellishments. It's the pom-poms and the tassels. Oh, here we go. I gotta get back in the practice of this. Pom-poms and the tassels in white. They're normally $8.98 and they are $5. So it would be, what do we call it in this? Pom-pom. Pom-pom. Sold pom-pom. Pom-pom and tassels. Again, those are $8.98 and they are on sale for $5. Pom-poms. Sold pom-poms. Oops, sorry. Put my hand over it.
Okay. So this is what it looks like so far. I'm
Okay.
now going to sew a third corner with the same fabric.
Okay.
And
Linda Wilkie.
And we needed to have these pressed out before I can put on that third corner, okay?
Because there's not room until you open them and press them.
Yep.
Okay, Linda Wilkie, I saw your name first. Sold pom-pom to Linda Wilkie.
Uh-oh. Did I really miscount? Hey, Christine?
Yeah.
Can you do me a huge favor?
Yeah.
I think I miscounted by 1 on this fabric.
Did you look on the floor or?
I need a 1.5 inch square of that fabric, and I have a bag with my scraps in. That might be in my bag in the office.
1.5 inch.
1.5 inch.
Okay.
So initially we needed 48 of those. So I may have miscounted
Right.
when I was doing that.
Okay. Because you've already made 3 sunflowers. We're just
Correct.
making the 4th
We're just
one.
making the 4th one today. Okay. On the
Mary-
opposite side of this one, I'm now going to put my brown.
Okay.
Okay.
Mary, I don't know if we're getting more back pins or how many more we're going
We've got
to.
more coming in.
We've got more coming in.
It's
So
this,
we'll write you down for that. Rosie says to look behind the machine. That's often where things fall. I've found.
and you are very right. But
Or I sew 2 together because they're layered.
I've
And then
done
I
that too.
Don't realize it until I, go to press it.
One and a half. But Christine is coming to the rescue.
Yep. Did you hear her say 1.5?
Okay, then we are going to cut off. Thank you. We're going to cut off the corners on these ones and set these aside. So this morning I had that bag of my scraps from this project, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to need that. And I'm like, I probably should take it with me just in case.
It's a good thing you did.
Yeah. It would have really sucked to have been a 1.5 inch square short.
Right? Have to cut a whole 1.5 inch strip. And
Okay. Now we are going to press these
freeze
ones
those
open.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, I'll do another manager special. Here is the next one. We have the Kimberbell Fairy Lights. All right. It is on sale for $4. So sold fairy for $4.
A single pack, not the double.
It's a single pack. Oh, it says set of 2, but it's just one. Just one string of lights. Fairy, sold fairy for $4. That's a pretty good deal.
It is.
Okay. All right. Patty, I'll see if I can find some bat pins to show you. They're just straight pins that have purple and black bats at the top instead of like
They did them on comment side.
yeah, instead of like balls or flowers. Okay, Vonnie Delay. Hold on, they're coming in hot and heavy here. Vonnie Delay.
And we actually have
and
three
we
of
have
those
3. Yep.
available.
So Linda Wilkie. And Rosie Cahill. I think that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, nope, sorry. The next one I see is Nancy Rust. Okay, all 3. Whew. That was crazy. Okay.
Okay, then you will want to take your little 2.5-inch QS ruler and just make sure that these are measuring 2.5 inches.
Okay.
I have faith that I'm good.
That's impressive.
They're good.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to get our J and D.
Okay.
And you are going to make 16 of these units.
Okay.
And we are just going to stitch these together. And it doesn't matter if you stitch them this way or this way. Same thing.
Okay.
So let's talk about my kit. So
Okay.
when we were making the sample and kitting this, there was an awful lot of extra fabric. And quite honestly, I feel like most people want a set of 2 placemats.
Right.
So with just a little bit of a tweak to the fabric requirements, I was able to kit these so that when you buy your kit, there is sufficient fabric for 2 placemats in these. Okay. For $27.99, with the exception or the caveat that you do need to be careful how you cut your backing. So do not cut your backing according to Lori Holt's directions.
Okay.
She has you cut a piece of backing, just for reference, so you know, she has you cut a piece of backing that is 22 inches by 26 inches. It is huge.
That's really quite big.
Yes, and you don't need anywhere near that.
You can do it in a half a width.
So I figured out that you need 18 inches, you need half a yard, and then you cut that on the fold, and that gives you your backing for both placemats.
It's quite a bit less.
Yes. So I was able to cut down the cost of the kit and give you 2 placemat kits, but you do need to be careful how you cannot cut the backing according to her directions.
Okay.
So my recommendation is don't cut the backing until your placemat's all done, and then just lay your placemat down on top of your fabric and trim it to the right size.
That's great.
But a half
Good
yard,
advice.
yeah, basically 18 inches by the half the width of fabric is enough for your backing.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to stitch these little rectangles together.
We do not have any of the bat pins. They are all gone.
There's more coming in,
show
though.
you, but we have more coming in. So when those come in, we'll show them.
Christine? Yeah? Can you go see whether there is a comment sold order that hasn't got shipped?
She did. I think
You couldn't
she
find one?
any, yeah.
Okay.
They were pretty cute. Sandy, there are going to be kits for all 8 placemats. Kate has made kits for the first 4. When you say you're only seeing 2 fabric kits, or is that all that you see online? We'll show you all 4.
And they are all her fabrics. They are all the brand new fabric.
Okay.
Okay, I'm then going to press these, and I'm just going to press them all the same way. It does not matter which way we press, whether we press to the brown or the gold.
As long as they're the same way.
They don't even really need to be that.
Oh, okay.
But I tend to do them the same way.
Okay. So do you want me to show them the other kits? Or do you want to do it later?
Absolutely. No, you can.
Okay. So for placemat number 2, this is the kit for placemat number 2.
And we'll show you the... Oh, you might want to tell them. I don't think that'll hear me.
Tell them what? We'll show you. We'll show you the finished placemats. We'll run over to the wall, the classroom wall.
Well, I'm going to walk. I don't know about you.
This is number 3 with the cute pumpkins. Do you know the fabric line that you used for tomorrow's class? A couple people have asked.
It's a Riley Blake, and I can tell you here in just a moment.
Okay. And this is number 4. Ooh, I like this one. This is number 4.
I didn't realize that 3 or 4 weren't online, but now they are.
Okay, Christine just put up.
Pictures up, but they weren't like in the top.
Christine just put up number 3 and number 4
But now they
kits.
are.
Okay.
Okay, thank you,
Now what
Christine.
we're going to do is we're going to lay out this little block. Okay. So this unit has a brown corner on one corner, and that's going to go to the center.
Okay.
And then this is going to go to the center, and then this is going to go to the center. You see how that's forming that? This is our center square. This is the side piece here, and the side piece here.
You'll have a weird looking sunflower if you put the brown in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, yay.
Okay. So now we're going to sew these together.
Such a happy flower.
So we're going to stitch across here. What I like to do is I like to pinch this right here and see how close I am for my points.
Okay.
And it looks pretty good to me.
Okay, Wanda only sees pattern number 1. Are all 4 patterns up too? Christine's going to check.
All the
But-
patterns are under the same item. So when you click into that pattern, you will then have to do the drop down box, and all 8 patterns will show there.
Okay. All right. And then Christine just put up kits 3 and 4. So maybe refresh or give it a minute.
And we're also going to talk about the rickrack. The rickrack is definitely optional, but personally, I kind of think it makes the placemat.
Yeah.
And the rickrack package is enough for both of your
Both placemats.
both placemats.
I just want to point out on this pattern that this yellow here is just in the picture. Actually, the placemat ends with the green binding.
Dark green binding.
This is not like a yellow rickrack around the very outside. There's the green rickrack and the green binding, and then the yellow's just to make a cute picture. I've been fooled by that before, I think, and wondered where
Where
the other was. The other part was.
Jeez, who's sewing so slow?
Oh, there you go.
That's better. Now I feel back at home.
Got things to do. Can't be dilly-dallying. Kit 4.
I love that one.
They're all $27.99, Sandy. All 4 kits are $27.99. Is it up there at $22.39?
Okay, so I'm going to lay this back out, and
Look at that.
you can either press opposites, so you can press to the left, to the right, and to the left, or you can press in, out, in.
Okay.
And when you look at this piece right here, because this has the most stitching on it, I look to see which way it naturally wants to go. So it naturally wants to go this way.
Right.
So I'm going to press my top and bottom row going into the center.
Okay.
Hey, Christine.
Can you check the price of kit number 4? Make sure it's kit number 4. Make sure it's $27.99. Kit 2 is also $27.99. All 4 kits should be $27.99.
Number 4, you said?
And number 2, check the price on both of them.
Okay, now we're ready to sew
They're all
these
$27.99?
3 rows together.
They all should be $27.99.
Are you wanting them on sale?
Pardon?
Are you wanting the placemat kits on sale?
Are they? Okay, so
Patty
I'm gonna
says they're all $27.99, but I'm not sure what else shows. Okay. Now you're sewing the 3 rows together.
Now I'm going to sew the 3 rows together, and I'm butting up my seams. So that's that
Nice.
one,
Nice.
and then we're going to do this one.
Hey, Matt.
And then I'm
okay.
going to press this one, and I'm just going to press them to the center.
To the center because there's
Okay.
less, less corners and stuff. Can you call Dawn? Okay. All right, I have another manager special. These are Kimberbell embroidery screen mesh. This originally was a pack of 5, but this actually only has 3 in it. So it is on sale for $10. So sold screen.
Okay. And we are going to make 3 more of these. So you need a total of 4 of
Okay.
these. Okay? So just by the magic of filming, we've got 4 of those.
Bada bing, bada boom. I
Okay.
love it. I love these flowers.
They
I
are
love them.
pretty.
She's done these kinds of flowers in different patterns and books
Okay.
and stuff like
So
that.
now we're going to take our C and our L.
Okay, let's see.
And we're going to take the
Okay,
first
Linda
block
Wilkie. Linda Wilkie, sold screen.
and I'm going to put a C sashing strip to the right side. And then
Okay.
I'm going to take another flower block and put it to the other side.
Like a little garden of sunflowers. Okay.
Okay, we're going to do that for the bottom.
Okay. Myrtle, I do believe that Val made that pin cushion.
She did.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put our last flower block to the right of that one.
Okay. You're right, Linda. Everything goes together really, really nicely. That's the thing about her patterns. Everything is really concise.
Then we're going to take a C, L, and C.
Okay. Wanted to let everybody know that we got in the Lori Holt Our Town blocks for August. I mean, Riley Blake. She didn't do all the blocks. They're from Riley Blake, different designers. You're right. I get them mixed up. And those have been processed, and you should have gotten an email, but they should be in the mail. They should be going down to Littleton, and they're here in the toy store. And we'll do that block in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so this block I'm going to press to the center. This block, this row, I'm going to press away from the center.
Press everything to the light green.
Yep.
Okay?
Okay, so now we've got another set of rows to stitch together.
Okay.
So it's going to look just like this.
Oh, I love it.
This would make a great full-size quilt, wouldn't it?
Oh my gosh, it would be so cute. Can you figure out the dimensions for us?
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
That would be really cute. It'd be fun to make this also in like all different summer colors and spring colors.
Oh yeah, it would.
Not just necessarily sunflower yellow, but all different flowers. Or different purples, or different pinks, or blues. Or all different yellows for sunflowers.
Christine, would you get a cup of water? Not for me to drink, for...
Yep, or table runners. Yep. Yes, Ruth. Kate today is making a pattern, Quilt Seeds, Placemat number 1 by Lori Holt. There is a total of 8 placemats. This is number 1.
Okay, I'm going to press this unit real quick.
Okay, and I'll show these. Then I think we don't have all of them, but I'm going to show you what we have. This is number 8. And there are also kits for these. Oh, I'm sorry, this is number 5. That says collect all 8. This is number 5. Number 6. Oh, I love the acorns. Oh my gosh, that's cute. And then number 7. Cute, cute, cute. And then there are also kits for all of these, and Kate has explained that the kits are enough to make 2 placemats. The directions are for 1 placemat. Kate's made the kits big enough to make 2 placemats of each one.
If they cut the backing.
If you cut the backing carefully, not like she calls for in the design.
And I did explain that earlier in the video.
Right.
Okay, so we are now ready to move on. We've created the main panel piece.
Okay.
The next part is to add on some borders onto this piece. So now we need pieces F and G. And F is going to go top bottom,
These kits and patterns are all up on the website. If you can go find them there, or you can leave a comment here and we can write you down for them. Patty has signed up for tomorrow's Serger class. Wait,
It's not Serger.
it's not
tomorrow.
Serger. Tomorrow is the by Annie. When is Serger?
I don't know.
Okay. Patty, make sure you signed up for the right class. Tomorrow is the by Annie class. I was like, you're teaching 2 classes tomorrow?
I hope not. At least it's going to be a surprise to me if I am.
Oh, by Annie, she said. She just said the wrong thing. By Annie. Yep. It's going to be fun. The invite and everything will go out later this afternoon.
Okay, before we can put the 2 sides on, we do need to press this open. Okay?
So all of these blocks that you just made just with the sunflowers without the border, they're all the same size, right?
Yes.
So you could mix and match them to make a quilt. Very good point, Roxy. You could mix and match. Susan says the Serger class is 8:27. You can have a good class tomorrow. A lot of people are signing up.
Oh, really?
Yep.
It's going to be an easy class. Okay, now we're going to put the last 2 borders on here.
Oh, because it hasn't been opened.
Yep.
This creates a finished 17 by 21 inch placemat.
Now you know why 22 by 26 is pretty
Quite
overkill.
large. Yeah.
For
17
your
by
backing.
21. Also, the pattern includes a table runner pattern using blocks 1 through 8.
And I was going to show that here in just a
Okay.
minute.
And that table runner measures 43 inches by 75 inches.
It's huge. 75 inches is a
Quite
very
long.
large.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to press those 2 seams open,
Okay.
borders, whatever you want to call them.
Susan wants to know if it feels good to be back to sewing.
It's always good to be back for sewing, right?
She said it's always good to be back.
Okay, now we need our B and K fabric.
Okay. You gonna turn off your laser?
Yep.
Okay. Just
Okay,
seeing it throws me.
B is a directional print, so make sure it's a square, so it could go either way. We want to make sure that it is running up and down.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it's going to get stitched to the top of K.
Okay. Ernie said she finished her sewing bee last night.
Oh,
Yep.
that was a fun
And-
one.
Yeah. And Tammy said table runner and quotes could also be used at the end of the bed, which would be kind
Oh,
of fun.
yeah. Let me show you the table runner. It's actually at the back of the book here.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's very big. But it is kind of fun.
Yeah. Ooh, I like it a lot. Yeah.
It's different because it's got all different.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay, I'm going to press this. It doesn't matter which way you press this, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so this is going to get stitched to the right side. To the right side of our block.
Okay.
Okay. But this is where the rickrack comes in. So the rickrack, they have a series of this vintage rickrack, which it's really hard to find these unusual type colors of rickrack. It's normally those primary colors. So these are very different, like this one's the olive. They've got a raindrop. They've got a really deep red color, really pretty rickracks. So these are all up on the website too. These come with 12 yards per card, okay? And I really think you could go either way with this. I do think the rickrack adds to the placemat, but when you look at my sample, the rickrack is placed down the seam line here, and then it's also placed all the way around in the binding.
Okay.
So you really could do that. You could just do the rickrack just here if you want just a little bit of trim. You could eliminate it here and do it just here. You could do it. All of my samples will have it in both places per her instructions.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And that does not come in the kit.
This does not come in the kit.
Those are separate. Patty said, what about piping? You could do piping if you want to.
Absolutely, you could do piping. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to cut a piece of rickrack, just slightly longer than what it needs right there.
Okay.
Now, it depends on individual people. You've got a couple of options here. You can wing it and just stitch it in as you go. You can glue it in place. So you could just put some dabs of glue and then glue it in place.
Okay.
You could use, the 1/4 inch is probably going to be a little too wide. I did put it up on today's products for the page. Is the By Annie 1/8 inch basting tape. And you could put the basting tape down there, peel it off, and stick that down.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But basically what we...
Though.
Pardon?
I think it needs to be turned.
No,
The long side goes.
the long side is on the side. No, you're right. Thank you. Not that I think it would really matter.
It does not matter.
No. Okay, so we're going to place this here, and then we're going to place this on here. Now, the instructions say to baste this in place. I didn't.
You're gonna wing it?
I stitched all of mine together as I went, okay?
Okay.
But if you've never done rickrack before, I absolutely would probably glue it down.
Okay.
Okay.
And where exactly would you place it? So that the inner.
Let me double check what she says before I tell you what I did. Okay, so it tells you to lay the trim even with the right edge of the fabric.
Okay.
Which is actually what I did.
So the outside edge.
Right outside edge.
Okay.
The peak goes to the very edge there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I'm just going to do mine all together.
Okay. Are you going to do a Zoom class on the Riley Blake Lynx quilt?
On which quilt?
Lynx. Riley Blake's Lynx.
I'm not familiar with that.
We'll have to look that up and we'll let you know.
Another quilt to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it, but I don't know what it looks
Like.
like. Okay, so I'm sandwiching this in there.
You could pin it to start it, just to anchor it if you wanted. If it makes you nervous. And you're doing a 1/4 inch, right?
Yeah, once you've got it in there, it's a lot easier then.
Right.
and I'm just doing 2 to 3 inches at a time. And as I'm going, I'm just positioning the tip of the rickrack to the right edge of the fabric, and then I'm putting the strip I'm attaching it to on top.
Okay. If you've joined us late, this is what Kate's working on. It's the Lori Holt Quilt Seeds placemats. She's doing placemat number 1. There's a total of 8 placemat patterns, and there's also kits. 1 through 4 kits are up on the website, and I think all 8 patterns are up on the website.
You are correct. Okay, then when this opens up, you get that really
Look at
pretty
that.
look. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to press that real quick.
Okay.
Okay, now we have, I'm just using this for my backing fabric for today.
Okay.
And thank you. We have got a brand new product in. So we have been using a product from one of our manufacturers called Cali Dell Fusible Batting. And we've shown it on Comment Sold. We've used it a lot on our Facebook Lives. When we went to H&H, one of their new products was a double-sided fusible. Okay.
It's nice and soft.
And it's not heavy. It's
Right.
not real. So if you're looking for a lot of bulk, this isn't the product. But if you're looking for something a little bit thinner that still gives you some body but is soft, it's not that rough
Thick.
feeling.
It's,
Yeah.
What's that word?
So this just came in
Stiff.
yesterday.
It's not stiff.
So Littleton would have got their supply today, and we've got ours. I did put it up on the website. I believe it was $11.99 a yard before the discount. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to lay the batting. We're going to lay the backing fabric right side down. Your backing fabric is this fabric. Okay.
Okay.
So the backing fabric right side down, the double-sided fusible, and then we are going to place our placemat right side up, and I am going to, whoa, Christine, I don't think that's big enough.
Not?
No. Can you cut me a little piece bigger?
Well, what'd I do?
Yeah,
It's pretty close, but not quite.
yeah, I can probably make it work.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
So that pattern was on a comment sold in July. Lynx quilt. We'll have to look that up, and then we'll let you know.
What was the question?
That Lynx quilt, if you're going to do a Zoom.
Oh, I know what it is now.
Okay.
There's like 2 that I cut on the wrong one.
We'll have to look and see.
I did it in the Christmas fabrics, I think.
Oh. Oh, I remember now.
Yeah.
I originally
We'll let you know whether we do it as a class or a live or what we're going to do. It wasn't even a month ago. How quickly we forget. It was about a month ago.
That way you should come to this.
battery left.
Oh, that might be a problem.
Do you need a charger?
Maybe.
I've got my big long one right there connected to my phone by the door.
Okay. So everything is all fused together. I am not going to take the time to quilt this one today because I would rather show you some other stuff, okay?
Okay.
But I will show you on my sample one. I'm just going to turn it over here because I think you can see the quilting better. I basically stitched around each one of the 4 blocks and then around the whole border. So basically around here, and then I stitched all the way around, and that's the only quilting I did.
Okay.
I felt like these have a lot of detail and a lot of going on that I figured I would just keep the quilting very simple on them.
Okay.
So I will go back and do the quilting on this, but I wanted to move on and show them some other stuff. Okay. So what I'm actually going to do is go up to the cutting table, and I'm going to cut my batting and backing to match my placemat top. Okay. Now my batting is barely, so I'm not trimming anything off on that. I'm only going to be trimming my backing.
Okay.
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 So I'll be right back.
Okay. So again, this is what Kate is working on today. It's Lori Holt's Baked with Love Quilt Seeds Placemat patterns. There's a total of 8. This one is number 6. I love the acorns. I love them. Then number 5. And number 7. And we don't have the other ones in stock right now. I love these baskets. And then there are kits for all of them. Right now we just have kits 1 through 4 up on the website. Each kit makes 2 placemats. You just have to be careful how you cut your backing. So don't cut your backing first. Make your top and then lay your placemat on top of your backing and cut it, because she's, in her directions, is quite generous. You don't need that big of a piece.
Okay, so we are going to move on to the binding fabric. So because the binding is done just a little bit differently because of the rickrack in there, I am going to cover the binding today. So I am putting my 2 strips together. The other thing is she tells you need 3 strips, and she's lying. You don't.
She's pretty generous.
Yep. So I'm going to press my seam open, and then I'm going to press wrong sides together.
Okay. So these are the kits. This is number 4. All of the kits are $27.99. This is number 2. And this is number 3. We don't have 2 and 3 patterns in stock right now. They're on their way here, but we do have the kits. I love the pumpkins. All of the kits are $27.99. The rickrack is not included in the kits, but 1 package of rickrack will make both placemats if you decide to make 2 from each kit. And then at the end of each pattern, there is directions to sew the blocks together to make a large table runner. It's really very pretty. Linda, you're right. I do love them all. I do.
Okay, so we are going to stitch our binding on to the wrong side of our placemat. Okay, just like we would do any other way. Okay, so I'm going to leave a tail, and I've got it set to 1/4 inch, and we're going to stitch down and stop when we get to the 1/4 inch edge, and we're going to pivot and turn. Bring the needle up out of the fabric. We're going to fold the binding back so that the raw edge is parallel and even with the edge of the placemat. We're going to finger press this fold in and then bring the rest of the binding back down on top of itself. And that, when we flip it around, will give us a really nice mitered corner.
Okay. Then you start right on the edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, down to the second corner, pivot and turn, needle up out of the fabric, and we're going to do the same. So Paula Littleton had an absolutely wonderful time
Yeah.
at their retreat that they did. That we are, by the end of this week, we're going to be announcing the Fulton store retreat.
Oh, wow. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So we will be doing a retreat on this end of the town for any of our North customers, but we will be hosting it off-site. We will not be doing it at the store.
Okay. So we'll be announcing that by the end of the week?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
We need to get it into the computer. We haven't got it into the computer yet. And we have a really, really fun quilt to do.
Yeah? I can't wait to see it.
It's here. I forgot I haven't shown it to you.
So it'll be a different quilt than what they did in Littleton.
It is different.
Yep. Yep, Pam, when you sew on the binding, you sew it down till it's 1/4 of an inch away from the edge of the
So I get to the
placemat.
corner, stop at 1/4 of an inch, pivot and turn, bring the needle up out of the fabric, and then we fold the binding back this way, finger press this seam right here or fold, and then bring that back down on top of itself. And it should all be nice and even.
A fold on the top and the raw edge is on the right. Sandy, I'm glad you enjoyed the retreat. It looked like it was a lot of fun.
Okay, so how to join where you start and stop. I think I've actually gone a little too far. I'm going to unsew just a couple of inches here. Okay, so this is where I started. This is where I'm finishing.
Okay.
So I'm going to lay this down. I cut off the salvage edge, but I also cut it off because I need that measurement. I need to know how wide, because the overlap needs to be however wide your binding is. So that would vary whether you're using 2 1/4 or 2 1/2.
Okay.
We're going to bring this fabric that we're ending with, and we're going to lay it on top.
Okay.
And the overlap amount needs to be the width of your
okay.
binding. So I just lay my binding fabric on top,
It's a retired model, so they're just no longer making that model. So
and then I just cut that off right
That
there.
off. Okay. Pam, that's the same for quilts too. When you're sewing on the binding, it's 1/4 of an inch.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this binding and lay it right here. And then I'm going to pull this one up and open this one up.
different brands, different things, like, and all of that, those prices can vary.
I'm going to unsew just a little bit. I mean, if I was doing it at home, I'd probably just make it happen, but it'll be easier on the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to open this up, and now we're going to lay these down. When you join binding, you join it on the bias. So we are going to put these down at a 90-degree angle to each other. And then we are going to stitch from this corner down to this corner.
Okay.
And I am going to put my laser back on.
I want to know if we'll do retreats in Florida. Linda's saying she wishes she was here. We could go do one in Hawaii.
Yeah. Are you volunteering? Okay, I'm going to cut off my excess fabric.
We could just start traveling the world doing retreats.
There you go. Then we're going to press this open. And now I've got a perfect seam. And now I can restitch now from where I left off to where I started.
Okay. I know Pam, she makes it look easy.
Okay, my new best friend. Actually, she's my old best friend because I've used her for
Mine
years.
too.
Yes.
Mine too.
This is the quilt binding foot. And what is so special about this foot is that it is uneven on the bottom. So it's raised on one side and lower on the other side. And what happens is when we bring this binding around to the front, okay, this here is much bulkier than what this is. So because the bulk on the foot is on the left, what that does is it makes it so it sits nice and flush and you don't get a teeter-totter going on. Okay, if you were to put a regular foot on here, it wouldn't be sitting,
slide a little bit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be sitting flat. Okay, when I do my binding, I do like to press my binding.
Okay.
So I don't press it all the way around, but I press it away from the back.
Okay.
So I get a nice crisp press right here.
It makes it a lot easier to pull around to the front. I remember I discovered the binding foot here a couple years ago. I've always bound by hand. I've put it on by machine and then turn it to the back and bound by hand.
Uh-huh.
And then you guys showed us this and it was like the heavens opened. Whoa! It's like, and I have never bound a quilt by hand since then. I
do. I like to bind by hand.
I love the binding foot.
In fact, the project that I did this morning that requires binding, I'm going to be stitching it down tonight by hand.
Well, some things like bags and stuff, you really have to do things by hand, I think, but yeah. But I don't really do bags, so there you go. But the binding foot's amazing.
Okay, so now we do need to make sure we change our thread to the color of the binding. Otherwise, your top stitching will show on the front side. So we want to make sure that that is nice and even.
Matching.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This is the fun part. That's what we've been getting ready to get ready for.
Okay. So normally when I'm bringing my binding around, I won't start on a corner.
Yeah.
I'll normally start like in a little way. What we are going to do is we are again going to line up the rickrack so that it is even, ignore the binding, so that the point of the rickrack is even with the edge of our placemat.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to make sure that I have sufficient rickrack up here. we don't want to start this down here,
Okay.
okay? I'm going to start stitching further down here and leave this open until I come all the way around.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Now again, I am choosing not to glue anything down. I do think the basting tape or the glue, so if you're going to use the glue, personally I would just do a bead of glue, like 6 inches at a time.
Line up the rickrack with the edge. Okay.
And then that will kind of hold that down.
Okay.
Okay?
And then when you bring your binding around, you line up the fold, it looks like, with the inside curve of the rickrack.
Yes.
We did a kids clothing class with bag clothes. Are you gonna be getting more, do you know? Probably not, it's actually not something we typically carry. We got a whole line literally.
There's a reason why you wouldn't put the rickrack on before the binding, because
It's one more thing to worry about when
Right.
you're attaching your binding.
Right.
So I actually have done it both ways on because I wanted to do it both ways to see this is easier.
Easier? Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise you're worried about where
Wait.
the rickrack is when you're attaching your binding.
Right, on the back side, then
Uh-huh.
you're having to watch both the front side
Yeah.
and the back side.
So I wouldn't try and glue the whole thing down. I would just glue as you go, if that makes sense.
So this is kind of what the ones that we have, so. Oh, they are all different?
And that glue does hold that nice in place for you.
It's not thick or anything, so it doesn't get in
No.
your way at all.
Okay, so as I come to here, I'm going to cut this. We're not going to try and turn the corner with this, okay?
Okay.
We're going to cut it.
Okay.
Turned out nice, didn't it? Yeah. So you had a class on it? Yeah, we did a kids clothing museum. That's fun. See, it goes on, it goes on. Well, one of the girls in the group does.
Okay, so we're coming to this corner.
Okay.
The first thing I'm going to do is push that corner down so that now my binding is kind of standing up.
Okay.
I'm going to get my next piece of rickrack because I can't make this corner complete until my next piece of rickrack is in there. Okay. So my next piece of rickrack is going to go in there. Again, I'm lining the peak of my rickrack with the edge of my placemat.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is bring this around here. And then we're going to bring the rest of that one right there.
Okay. So you got to hold all that down.
And then I'm going to pivot and turn. Now I can go back to gluing.
Okay.
Okay? And I know we're running over today, sorry.
That's okay. This is really great, actually. Because I don't know how much, experience people have doing this. It can be kind of intimidating if you've never done it before. It's hard to look at pictures sometimes. It's nice to see it really actually done.
So once that's glued in place, you really do have hands free to
Right.
just manipulate the binding. So you want to hear a funny flip-flop story?
Sure.
So even though we were going to Iceland, I still needed to take flip-flops with me. And I have my favorite pair of flip-flops. We all have our favorite pair of flip-flops, right?
Right.
They're Skechers, so they're comfortable flip-flops. And I bought them like 3-4 years ago. And at the beginning of the summer, I bought myself another pair, identical. Because
Oh, I see where this is coming.
because I love them and they're so comfortable that what if Skechers don't have them next year, right? So I had to have 2 pairs of the same flip-flop.
Right.
So I get to Iceland, which you're probably wondering why I needed flip-flops in Iceland, but we were going to this lagoon thing. And I go to put my flip-flops on and I have 2 right.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Oh, so did you have to go buy more?
Flip-flops in Iceland. That's funny.
Does it never ever get warm in Iceland?
Not for flip-flop weather.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah.
But were you on a cruise ship at that point?
No, we were not on the
okay.
cruise
It's
ship.
like, because I bet you could have got them if you were on a cruise ship.
Okay, so I'm taking it all the way to the end of my placemat. I'm cutting it even with the edge of my placemat. And we're bringing the binding over. Now remember that binding foot is taking care of the unevenness of my fabric.
So Roxy, she's putting the rickrack from edge to edge. So it does overlap in the corners.
But you don't see it.
But you don't see the overlap. It's tucked in your binding. What kind of glue is that?
It is the Quilter Select fabric glue stick. It's a special, it's not just it's a fabric glue stick.
Okay. By Quilter Select.
And I do have it up on today's products.
Okay.
It's so pretty though.
It is so pretty.
It really does give a nice finish to it.
I love it.
Yeah, so you can either have it plugged in or just. Yeah, or AA, or 3 AA. Yeah. So you.
I think I would use glue. Just one less thing to have to kind of hold on to. You can just lay it down and it stays put.
It does stay put.
And it doesn't make it stiff or anything. It doesn't affect it at all.
It doesn't affect the needle stitching through it either.
And it's yellow, so you can see where you've been and where you're going.
And it's immediate.
Right.
It's really a good glue stick because it really holds on to it immediately for you.
I don't make very many placemats because if people were to eat on them and spill on them, I'd have to, pitch a fit. But somebody told me when you actually eat on them, flip them over. Have them actually eat on the back side and just keep the front side to be pretty sitting on your table all the time.
Did I ever tell you about my ex-mother-in-law and the placemat story?
No.
So when I first started quilting, which was 30 some years ago, I decided to make my mother-in-law the Lover's Knot placemats.
Ah.
Super pretty placemats.
Uh-huh.
And it was a big challenge for
Yeah.
me as a new quilter
Yeah.
to make these. And it had a lot of piecing and stuff on the front. And of course the back is solid.
Mm-hmm.
She never put the placemats the right way up. And I'm sure she just didn't know any better, but I was so offended.
You gotta at least have them sitting upright to sit there and look pretty, but you could turn over and eat on them if you want to. That's funny. You didn't say anything? You didn't
No, I never said
flip
anything.
it over when you were at her house or anything?
No, I whined to my husband, but
Linda Coberly said her husband's flip-flop, they're called slippers there, in Hawaii, fell apart at the mall. He wandered around barefoot until he found a shoe store. Only in Hawaii can you roam barefoot.
wow. Sounds like he was overdue for a new pair of flip-flops.
My husband has 3 different pairs of Nike tennis shoes because he works out a lot, and he doesn't want to wear them out, and he loves them so much. So he has 3 pairs, and he has them
The
marked,
same ones?
same exact ones,
Really?
and has them marked
Which
so that he can
are they the same
keep
color?
exactly the same. But he has them marked with a marker inside.
So that he knows which one
pairs,
goes.
which one, and then he
Yeah.
rotates. And I was like, wow, that's way too much work.
Let alone going to work out. I keep thinking about it, but I haven't got there.
I want to go walking, but I can't. I can't do it at 100 degrees. I just can't do it.
Yeah. When we do the other placemats, I probably won't do this segment again. Because I know that it is putting us over on time.
But we can refer you back to this video. We'll keep the date
Absolutely.
handy. But each set like uses different colors.
Yes.
These would be so pretty. Look at, can you just picture all these different placemats all sitting out on a table, all the different ones? How cute would that be? How pretty would
Okay,
that
so
be?
I'm getting to my last piece. So I'm going to glue that down too also. And then we just need to get that last corner.
Oh my goodness sakes, look at that.
There we go.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Okay, well, thanks
Awesome.
for staying with me today. I
Yeah.
know that we went over, quite a bit.
That's okay. Everybody hung in there with us, and they said that they loved watching you do it. So,
Okay, well, great.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
And who has live tomorrow?
Christine.
She's like looking, don't ask me what I'm doing. Okay, so we will see you all tomorrow. Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.